Today I'm going to talk to you about mindset. So, why is mindset important? There has been a lot of kickback on mindset in recent years, and that's because a lot of the performance outcomes that were associated with mindset have been quite heavily undermined by subsequent research. However, having done my own piece of research, which I'm currently preparing for publication, I can tell you that there are still some very important things that mindset contributes to. So when I'm talking about mindset, what am I talking about, right? You hear that term so much. So when I'm talking about mindset, I'm talking about fundamental beliefs that we have about ourselves and our abilities. So if we are, say, someone with a predominantly fixed mindset, and let me just bust the myth that you're either one or the other, that is not true. We are always a mixture of fixed and growth mindset in all situations in our life, varying on context, and it could even vary. So I could have a very fixed sense of my personality, which I'm working very hard using Joe Dispenza tools. If any of you guys know him, then message and comment. But using Joe Dispenza tools to override. But yet I have a very growth mindset attitude when it comes to learning, when it comes to progressing in my career, when it comes to my fitness and what I'm willing to take on and how I'm willing to push myself. So we are always both. So when we have that fixed mindset, that's when we're coming from a fundamental belief that who you are is born. You can't really do a lot to change it. So that would be like, oh, talent is born, or like leaders are born, or whatever skills or abilities that I have right now, that's what I'm stuck with. That's what other people are stuck with. When we have that belief, it can affect our effort, it can affect our relationship with failure, and it can affect the types of goals that we use, and it can even end up in feelings of being an imposter. When we come from a growth mindset, we fundamentally believe, and this is it. So all the things you hear about growth mindset, this is it. This is the bit, is that we believe when we're in a growth mindset, and we're always both in all these different areas, but when we believe that we are capable of development, our abilities, so our personality, our intellect, our skills, whatever it is, me running, that is capable of development. And when we believe that, we tend to make different choices because we have a different relationship with failure. And why? Why do we have a different relationship with failure? Well, because if we believe we're fixed, then every time we face a challenge, everything we are is on the line, right? However, if we believe we are capable of growth, when we face a challenge, it's not an end point. Failure or a setback doesn't define us because we're growing, we're developing. And so when we come from that growth-oriented space, failures are actually a source of feedback which help us to learn and grow and develop more. That is the fundamental difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And as I said, when we come from a fixed mindset, we'll choose different goals. So the kinds of goals that will be orientated towards are ones that will either be proving what we believe is our fixed ability, or they'll be trying to avoid showing inability. And this may remind you of the model I was talking about in my last video last week, because there are definitely crossovers with that. However, when I'm speaking to you now, I'm speaking to you from the research. So this is truly around I believe I'm fixed, my fear of failure is through the roof, and so I'm going to either try and prove myself to others, or I'm not going to bother anyway, because what's the point? I don't even want to do it. Like, I'm not going to put myself forward for that thing. When we come from that growth mindset and we have that reduced fear of failure, because we know this is just one step on a long journey that we're making, can't fail if you don't give up, one step at a time, one day at a time, one setback at a time. When we know that that is what's actually true, as if we look at our lives is true, then we're more orientated towards learning goals. Now, learning goals is things like, what can I learn from this? How can I make this work for me? Who or what could help me to improve this? When we come from that space, that's when we can make sure that we're always moving forwards by using that growth mindset, reducing our fear of failure, and actually using any failure, any setback as something to propel us forwards. Okay, guys, I hope that was useful for you. I really appreciate the comments and everything that you got back to me with in the last one. So please do that again. Comment below, subscribe to the channel, like the Facebook page. And if you want to book in a free 30-minute session with me, then message me through my website, links below, and use the code MINDSET. All right, in the next video, I reckon I'm going to talk to you about how all that corresponds with feelings of being an imposter. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in. And I will see you next time, guys.